Beyond the shimmering stars and the unknown galaxies lies a question that has captivated humanity for eons. Is there life outside of Earth? But that question is a bit outdated, as many of our brightest minds already know that this universe is just too vast for there to be life on only one planet. It's simple, really. Once you know that there are approximately more than 100 quintillion Earth-like planets that already exist, then it's actually hard to imagine that only one of them has intelligent life. Once we have that out of the way, we can now focus on the much more important questions. Have these intelligent beings from these different planets ever visited us? Or are they just too far away to ever reach us? Is there any evidence to suggest that aliens have or had visited? Let's leave philosophy and science to the experts. For this video, we will be looking at the reported evidence with a critical eye. And let me tell you this, from our findings, we can confidently say that no matter how skeptical you are, you will change your attitude towards this topic after this video. Because on this channel, we only do a thorough evidence-based investigation with an aim to separate fact from fiction, bringing you closer to the truth that may lie beyond the stars. So without further ado, let us present you with our case backed by the sources with the highest levels of journalistic integrity. The amount of evidence uncovered in just the last 6 years is insane. So let's begin with the timeline of events that absolutely shocked us to our very core. In December 2017, the New York Times dropped a bombshell, releasing an article that exposed the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. This was a secret Pentagon initiative investigating UFO sightings. This revelation marked a turning point in the public's perception of UFOs. If you had no prior knowledge on this subject, surely this alone is enough to make you question everything. But we are just getting started. More evidence surfaced in May 2019 when the New York Times reported encounters between Navy pilots and mysterious aircraft. Not just testimonies or cappy low-quality video. No, this time the footage was captured by the most advanced equipment that exists on this Earth, equipped in literally the most advanced fighter jet of our time. The detailed accounts of these incidents added credibility to the UFO phenomenon, but some skeptics thought these videos might be fake, and these professional pilots may have been lying for some reason. But actual experts already knew this evidence was in fact genuine. But as always, the skeptics were quick to offer their dismissive explanations, overshadowing the stark reality that lay before us. The baseless criticism persisted, casting doubt on the credibility of those who witnessed the extraordinary. The only indisputable way to quash these doubts was for the government to step forward and release the footage from their official channels. If they were willing to shed light on the truth, it could serve as the ultimate rebuttal to the skeptics' lame excuses. And lo and behold, due to the mounting pressure of the public, the government did just that. In April 2020, the Pentagon officially released 3 UFO videos captured by Navy pilots. Different clips featured more than one type of UFO, and the footages are more famously known by their respective nicknames called Gimbal, Go Fast, and Fleur 1 clips. These videos provided a rare glimpse into the perplexing aerial encounters. The unidentified crafts defied all conventional norms of flight, surpassing speeds previously deemed unimaginable from Mach 20 to velocities beyond our comprehension. These enigmatic objects exhibited movements far beyond the capabilities of any human-made aircraft. Strikingly, these crafts operated unlike anything we have ever engineered. Devoid of wings and seemingly unaffected by aerodynamic principles, they effortlessly traversed both air and water with equal ease. It was as if the laws of physics had been rewritten in their presence. One of the most perplexing aspects was their lack of traditional exhaust systems or heat signatures associated with typical hydrocarbon-fueled vehicles. The absence of such telltale signs deepened the enigma surrounding their propulsion systems. The source of these crafts' technology was beyond our current understanding. After this, there is no question. It's official. UFOs are a reality we have to live with. These things are not from this world. Moving on, in response to mounting evidence and public interest, the Department of Defense created the UAP Task Force in August 2020. Its primary goal was to investigate unexplained aerial objects encountered by military personnel to determine if these encounters pose any threat to national security. After intense investigations, the UAP task force delivered its verdict in June 2021. A substantial number of the encountered objects defy conventional explanations, leaving the world with more questions than answers. If the government scientists couldn't come up with any possible answers, then maybe this should be enough for you to admit as well that these flying vehicles are not from here. Later, Congress held a UFO hearing for the first time in half a century, seeking to bring transparency and public awareness to the UFO phenomenon. High-ranking officials testified about their knowledge and experiences regarding UFOs, and not long after that, NASA also joined the cause in the quest for answers. The scientific community took a major step toward understanding the recent UFO phenomenon. Their study aimed to lay the groundwork for future research into unidentified aerial phenomena. But before NASA could even deliver anything, something even crazier happened. On February 10, 2023, a remarkable incident unfolded when a US fighter jet intercepted and shot down a UFO near Alaska. This unidentified object, unlike a mere balloon, was sizable, comparable to the dimensions of a small car. The confrontation resulted in the UFO being obliterated into pieces. But the surprises didn't end there. The very next day, on February 11, yet another UFO met a similar fate, being shot down by an American F-22 fighter over Canada. And astonishingly, on February 12, a third UFO was shot down in Michigan, this time over Lake Huron. Amidst the intensity of these encounters, a pressing question arises. Where did the debris from these downed UFOs go? You might think that recovering and exposing these crafts to the world should be our #1 priority, right? But the government disagrees, as just after 4 days, they officially say that the government has no plans to recover the crashed UFOs. Their official reason was that these UFOs crashed in very remote areas, and the terrain and the weather conditions made it very difficult to recover the pieces. And if you can believe a reasoning that's so obviously sketchy, well, we have some snake oil to sell you. If you are having a hard time believing these reports, well, just know that all of the reports we have mentioned thus far were by the New York Times, and obviously also covered by many other credible journalistic sources. And if you are wondering what actually happened with those crashed UFOs, well, stick with us. There have been extremely convincing testimonies regarding a secret UFO retrieval program by the military. For now, remember when we talked about NASA doing its own research on UFOs/UAPs? Well, on May 31, 2023, NASA astonished the world by holding its first ever public meeting dedicated to UFOs. And they too had no answers to give, but they did call for better data and an end to harassment against UFO researchers. NASA said we should break the stigma against scientists researching UFOs, marking a sharp departure from their historical stance on the subject. Remember, throughout history, NASA and other scientific institutions have often dismissed UFOs as figments of imagination, calling out credible witnesses and discrediting their evidence. If even NASA has shown sympathy towards UFO researchers who were mistreated by everyone in the scientific community for doing science, then why are there so many people still questioning the existence of UFOs? So thanks to NASA, the recent shift signals a growing acknowledgement of the need to explore unexplained aerial phenomena with open minds. Now back to the crashed UFOs. Former elite defense intelligence official Christopher Mellon stunned the world with his revelation. The 4 witnesses he referred to claimed to possess knowledge of a top-secret US government program dedicated to analyzing materials from off-world craft. The implications of their claims are nothing short of profound. Mellon's brave disclosure ignited a firestorm of curiosity and skepticism. As the world grapples with the implications of these revelations, we just want to know the truth about the alleged secret UFO research program. These revelations spread like wildfire, and the fire was not stopping but only getting stronger when the biggest revelation yet was dropped. Enter David Grush, a US Air Force officer and former intelligence, who dropped an incredible testimony that gives a much more clear picture of what's happening. David Grush reveals a highly secretive UFO retrieval program maintained by the US government. He asserts that the program possesses multiple spacecraft of non-human origin and the remains of deceased pilots. Yes, even the dead alien bodies. Moreover, Grush alleges that white-collar crimes have been committed to hide these operations, with some officials even losing their lives to protect this secret. There are high-ranking military and civil officials who already knew about UFOs long before everyone, and they secretly recovered these UFOs to conduct secret research on them. This just makes too much sense. We have already seen what has happened to people like Bob Lazar, who have already worked on UFO research. But let's get back to Grusch. Grusch's credibility is bolstered by his top-level security clearance, granting him access to classified documents untouched by others. He is not alone in claiming this. His high status in government has already been confirmed. Grusch's case is unlike any other, as many actively serving officials have attested to his outstanding character. Corroborating his account are retired Army Colonel Carl Nell and a current U.S. intelligence official known as Jonathan Gray, adding further weight to this extraordinary narrative. All of these testimonies Grusch has made were under oath. You can't discredit him by saying he is just a nobody who wanted attention. Lying under oath is a crime. Despite this, Grusch has actually put his freedom on the line, so he is very confident he can prove his claims with the evidence he has seen with his own eyes. However, due to classification laws, he cannot reveal this evidence yet. Currently, he is diligently working to convince Congress to declassify the documents, paving the way for their public release. Fortunately, Congress is taking the matter seriously, giving this case the attention it deserves. We are on the cusp of UFOs and aliens becoming a reality we have to deal with very soon. These extraterrestrial living beings are miles ahead of us in terms of technology, and this suggests they were here before us. And it's about time the government acknowledges their existence, and that might happen sooner than expected. I am sure if you have made it this far through this video, we have already convinced you that at least the UFO phenomenon is not a myth anymore. And this comes with the realization that we are not alone. These alien creatures regularly visit us, and according to Grusch, the secret UFO retrieval program has also found the bodies of the pilots steering the UFOs. Is it possible they managed to keep one of them alive? What are these aliens like? Anyone with any degree of interest in science wants answers. Some propose a unique perspective that these UFO pilots might not be the aliens themselves, but rather artificial life forms created by them to carry out their tasks. This theory suggests that the pilots we believe to be aliens could be biological robots designed to handle their operations. This is an alluring explanation because according to Grusch, we have retrieved the dead remains of said creatures, and it's not possible that we kill a much more intelligent life form and don't face the consequences of it. And I hope we never do, because so far the UFOs we have seen have always been watching us from afar. And it's been confirmed that they were using some way to jam the radars when they are spotted. So we already know they are not hostile, because if they were, there is no way we wouldn't feel the effects. The intentions of these beings remain a mystery, shrouded in secrecy due to the lack of transparency on the matter by the government. While we can only speculate right now, your insights and thoughts on this matter are invaluable. Feel free to share your perspectives and ideas in the comments below. We appreciate your engagement and look forward to exploring more intriguing mysteries with you in our next video. Until then, thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon!